Hi there YouTube, Diamond Flame 45 for another anime figure review video. So y'all, this video today, it's actually a different style video. Well, to be fair, it's very similar to the video I did last year where I commemorated my first year anniversary on YouTube. So I decided to follow the same trend for my second year on YouTube. Dang y'all, this year just flew by fast and it was very tumultuous. But anyway, so this style video, I pretty much go over my thoughts on the hobby this year as well as other thoughts that occurred for me within this year. Hopefully you guys like this style video. Like, I did write some notes so then I'll have a more structured way of formatting this video because sometimes I feel like I just yap and I'm all over the place. Maybe that's the autism in me, but we'll see. But don't worry, in this style video I do plan to unbox some figures so that you guys can tolerate my yapping, but I will incorporate some b-roll here or there. But I want to make this a little bit more of a raw and formal video, so I don't have to edit as much, and hopefully you guys enjoy it because I just feel bad because I always get these new figures but I never seem to unbox them in my videos because I just don't have the time to unbox everything. And for me, I like taking my time editing because I don't simply just want to put figures out there. I want to go through the details and yes, a little more in depth because that's just one of my creative outlets. But enough of my yapping, y'all. So hopefully you guys like this style video. Like, I'm sorry if I feel kind of frazzled. Like, around this time it gets very hectic in terms of life and work. But enough of that spiel, y'all. If you guys have been enjoying my content, please like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll be updated and notified for future content and updates. So without further ado, let's get started and just go over my thoughts on my second year of YouTube and the hobby itself in 2025. So let's get to it. So let's talk about those pesky tariffs by the Orange Man. So definitely in 2026, I'm being much more intentional how I purchase figures. Like in the past, I'll be a little bit trigger happy and purchase something like, oh, that looks nice, let me add it to my cart because I didn't have to worry about tariffs. But y'all, like, it's insane. Like, one of the figures I recently paid for by goodsmilecompany, the Goddess Miku, I plan to review that Goddess Miku after this video. Like, her tariffs were around 60 bucks. But before the tariffs, if I didn't have to worry about them, it would have been like $200-ish. But it's just crazy now. Just now in America, we have to take account into tariffs, and some of those tariff fees can amount to like another figure. Or heck, if I was being a more responsible adult, that's like money that could be invested elsewhere, you know. But definitely for 2026, I'm going to be intentional with my purchases because those tariff fees add up. Fortunately, new shipping alternatives have emerged since the tariffs have been enforced. The closest we have to EMS shipping now is probably ECMS, because when I compare an EMS total to an ECMS total cost, like, I want to say like the difference between EMS and ECMS is like around $10 to $20, give or take, because if you purchase through elsewhere, especially like for goodsmilecompany Global that tends to use UPS as their carrier, they tend to charge a little bit more when it comes to the tariffs. I'd rather pay like $10 to $20 difference with ECMS versus, I want to say like 60 bucks on average with UPS, which is insane. Sure, you get the bigger faster through goodsmilecompany Global since they use UPS shipping, but I don't mind waiting a little bit longer to actually pay less in custom fees. And speaking of ECMS shipping, y'all, I'm gonna show you guys my first figure that I received for ECMS shipping. And we are going to make this into a little bit of a communal experience because you guys will know what to expect when you get an ECMS package. So this ECMS package came from Hobby Surge, and of course it has to be a Miku. So I'll show you how the box looks like. So here it is. So here is the ECMS shipping box. And honestly, the thing I noticed about these ECMS shipping boxes, I don't know if it's from the shipping box itself from ECMS or maybe it's from Hobby Surge, they feel a little bit thinner. As you can see, there are a little bit of some dents in this box, but the figure itself is hopefully okay. And it took this package around 2 to 3 weeks to arrive, so there's a little bit more of a waiting time. And you guys probably know what's going to be based on the thumbnail. It's going to be a Sakura Miku. So this is goodsmilecompany Sakura Miku Smile Valley 2025 Pop-Up Parade. So I guess this is like another product line that goodsmilecompany is trying to experiment that's on the budget side. Like, to be honest, it doesn't seem any different than a pop-up parade. So the box itself looks pretty nice. Even though ECMS shipping box came a little bit dented, the figure box itself looks pretty nice and unscathed, so that's good. So try ECMS shipping, y'all, because you're definitely gonna pay less compared to all the other carriers, that's for sure. But that's the main way I'm just combating the new rise in figures in 2026. You see ECMS shipping and prioritizing figures that are pretty much high quality, but this is me just saying this now after I purchased a pop-up parade equivalent, but honestly I just bought it so then I have an idea what to expect with ECMS. like a low commitment purchase, I guess, if you want to call it that. But then again, I do love Sakura Miku. Oh wow, she's actually pretty good in person. Like, she doesn't have as much shading compared to the other proper Sakura scale Miku they released last year, but she looks very pretty and nice. Like, I can tell, yes, from the back that there is a really gaudy seam line on her right twin tail, but honestly, for like a $40-ish equivalent to the Papa Parade L, but the Papa Parade L figures are not that expensive to begin with. This is pretty nice, but I doubt that Goodsmile Company is going to be continuing this product line because I haven't seen more releases for this product line. I'm just being haphazard today, y'all, because I just want to get back in the routine because this year has been chaotic, y'all. Like, I just want to put something out there, y'all. Like, be understanding. Like, honestly, the paint job is pretty clean, as well as the sculpt. And I think it's funny that her left hand, where she's holding her purse, it doesn't have that weird seam line that the scale figure has. Overall, she looks really nice, y'all. But yeah, what was I saying again? Oh yeah, like, I'm definitely being more intentional because of these tariffs, y'all. Like, I literally canceled a lot of my pre-orders for 2026, but a lot of them just ended up being like smaller figures, like Figmas and Nendoroids. I just wanted to get out of impulse, which is maybe for the better that I canceled them, because then I can prioritize the more premium stuff. So I went over tariffs, I went over the ECMS. So what's the next thing I'm gonna have planned? Downsizing. I actually been on a downsizing spree last year. Like, I actually sold all my heroes I had in my collection to downsize, and I'm actually glad that I did because it opened up more space for some other figures. And I'm starting to accept this mindset that it's okay to sell stuff that you no longer find joy or interest in anymore because someone else will. Because not only will you make some extra money, you'll make space, and you're also gonna make another collector that wants a figure happy. So everyone wins. What else did I downsize? And I sold some Figmas, that's for sure. Like, it's crazy how my figure collecting habits have changed across the years, because I started as a Nendo collector, then I went to Figmas, then I went to scales. Last year, I actually went to AWA. I did this thing called the Happy-Go-Lucky sale. I actually sold some of my older stuff there too, and it was a really fun experience. Like, I plan to do it again next year. Surprisingly, a lot of the stuff that I sold, a lot of Kenko stuff in Figmas, which I was very surprised. Like, a lot of people are really into the older stuff, which surprised me. But yeah, that's what I mainly did when it comes to downsizing. So now that I talked about like the main things, like we talked about the tariff situation in the United States, we talked about me prioritizing ECMS shipping for future figure purchases moving forward. Now let's talk about some of my personal 2026 goals when it comes to the hobby. And I guess me personally, well, in terms of one of my personal goals for 2026, I actually want to get to 1,000 subscribers and do a little bit of a giveaway. And I actually already have the figures that I plan to give away once I reach that milestone. And something I learned recently about giveaways, especially if you plan to do it internationally, like even if you're giving something away as a gift, other countries will still market for customs unless it means a specific value. But even then, the value is pretty low. But I could be wrong, but based on what I read, I think it should be on the safe side. I'm just gonna do the giveaway domestically once I reach 1,000 subscribers. So hopefully by the end of this year, I'll reach 1,000 subscribers. Who knows? But so far, I've just been enjoying the content creation process. I just need to get motivated again to post content again, because y'all, like 2025 has been a chaotic mess, y'all, and it doesn't seem like 2026 is gonna be any less chaotic now. But creating content is what I guess keeps me sane and also provides a creative outlet. But I've also been getting into video games recently because I did buy Steam Deck OLED and I've been playing Expedition 33 religiously. Like, man, I've been putting an unhealthy amount of hours into that game. I wonder what my Steam profile says how many hours I played that game. It's a lot. Hopefully now that I got that out of my system, I'm back to creating content, because playing video games, y'all, like it eats up a lot of your time that could be recording and editing. But it was a nice outlet at the time. But back to making content, and hopefully it'll be Goodsmile Company that'll pick up Expedition 33 and make some figures. If they're able to make Nendoroids for like Elden Ring, they can definitely make Nendoroids for Expedition 33. Heck, I'd rather them do pop-up parades. Another 2026 goal I have in mind is to actually get promoted, because I think about my company, there aren't that many opportunities to grow professionally, because a lot of the people that have been there for a long time. Like, I'm actually the youngest person in my team, which says a lot, because everyone else in my team has been in the company for decades, which is really rare to find these days, because companies are very layoff prone in the United States. But I enjoy my team, but I think I'm ready to try to look ahead for the future as well, because I have some personal financial goals I want to achieve when it comes to like home ownership, and I guess also retirement. Considering the state of the world now, I'm thinking about that, if that's even gonna be possible, you know. But you know, like, it's just becoming more of an adult. Like, sorry y'all, like if I'm just doing like a stream of consciousness rambling, I just want to get back into the routine of creating content, because like I said, this year has been just chaotic, and maybe I'm just trying to find a way to distract myself. I did mention I was gonna open another figure, so let me open another one for y'all to see, so you guys can tolerate my yapping. It's funny that I always keep getting figures, but I never have the time to share them with y'all. I guess the life of a collector or hoarder, right? This is a figure I wanted to share when I got her. Like, of course, you all know who Chun-Li is. She's one of the iconic Street Fighter baddies. And of course, it's by Max Factory. I know they released a Chun-Li figure 2 years ago where she's sitting down, but that one's really expensive now. But I really like this design more because even though it's her standing up in a static pose, the way her outfit is just blowing to the wind and how she's eye-eyeing you with her pose, you know she's gonna be throwing hands. Oh wow! She comes with a notebook that you can use, but the notebook has cover art of the front design of the figure itself, but also on the back of the notebook, it comes from the design from the figure they released 2 years ago. So that's pretty cool. Man, this kind of sucks because this Chun-Li comes with the metal wires. Oh wow. She's pretty heavy, y'all. She's so beautiful. Like, I wish Max Factory would release more scale figures, y'all. Like, whenever Max Factory releases a scale figure, especially of a character you want, like, I highly recommend it. There's something so beautiful about their simplicity, but it's executed so well. Like, I get the same feeling when I open their Miranda they made last year. Like, y'all, like, something about this sculpt is just so clean and sharp. Like, they did a really good job. Like, wow, y'all. Like, that sculpt and paint job is so clean. I love how the gold just pops out. And it contrasts so beautifully with like the metallic blue of her outfit. Dang, she does look like the art. Like, it's a very nice representation of the art, y'all. Like, see, man, this is why I need to open the figures as I get them, y'all. Like I'm just amazed by this figure, y'all. Like I said earlier, y'all, if there's a Max Factory figure that they released that you like, get it, because they're gonna do an excellent job on it. Dang, she's a big girl. She's tall. She's definitely a 1/6 scale, that's for sure. Man, she towers this Miku, y'all. Like, this is 1/7 supposedly, but dang, is this really 1/6? She looks huge, y'all. I definitely need to put her side by side by Sakura Miku. Sakura Miku's 1/6. But then Chun-Li's on top of this podium, it might make her a little bit taller than that, honestly. But she's definitely a hefty girl, but dang, Max Factory. Even the dragon pattern on her sash is sharply sculpted. That's insane, y'all. Like, you can actually see the dragon pattern on her sash. That's so sick, y'all. Man, like, this is why I need to open my figures more often when I get them, because sometimes I have a bad habit of not opening them because I always think that I'll make content for them, but I never end up doing it because, you know, how I make content, it takes a while. Maybe I should just open figures just so then I can enjoy them instead of just thinking about making content all the time. But wow, like, she's definitely gonna be one of my top figures released in 2025, that's for sure, when I get to the video, right? Man, Max Factory, you did an excellent job. So now, what were we talking again? Like I said, I know I'm being kind of spacing all over the place. It's because I just wanna start putting the content out there, y'all, because like I said, I keep saying this, 2025 has been a very hectic year for me, and I guess and probably for everyone else too, in terms of like how the world's going and also the state of the hobby, right? But yeah, so here are the figures so you guys can tolerate my yapping. So let's get straight to the outro, right? And there you have it, y'all. Those are my reflections on the hobby and my reflections doing this YouTube channel for 2 years. And I want to keep this pattern going. Hopefully on my 3rd anniversary of the world will be less chaotic and I'll do a much more formal video like it did my first year. But I don't know, y'all, like, I'll be honest, I've been feeling rather demotivated given how things are with everything. But I shouldn't use that as an excuse not to create, because creating does bring joy in me. It gives me that spark, and it also makes the hobby something beyond this just really consumption, because I also like sharing these figures with y'all so that you guys can make informed purchases, and yes, also highlighting the beauty of these figures. Because yeah, like y'all, I had these figures since November, and now that I open them, like, they're breathtakingly beautiful. Like, heck, even the pop-up parade Miku, it looks really nice. But yeah, I hope 2026 will be less chaotic. I keep saying that, but now that I put the video out there, now that I'm recording and I plan to edit, hopefully I get back into that routine again, creating content, because I do enjoy it, and I can't let the state of the world prevent me from not creating content out there, y'all. Like, man, if you guys watch this video, like, I really am thankful for y'all. Don't worry, the next video will be a much more formal video. I'm actually gonna review that goddess Miku that I received around December. She looks very beautiful. But would you do throwing Strawberry Miku as the best Miku figure? Because honestly, I still think the best Miku release of all time is probably the Strawberry Miku. But yeah, y'all, that's my rambling. Glad that I got these beauties, and hopefully by opening these figures and sharing them with y'all, you guys were able to tolerate my rambling. But if you made it this far, thanks so much for tolerating my rambling. Like I said, I'm just trying to get back into the routine of things, and because I do enjoy creating content, and I'm not gonna let the state of the world allow me to not make content. So go 2026 headstrong, full throttle, horse energy, right? Because it is the year of the horse. Maybe that makes sense. So you Uma Musume fans and girls, This is your year, right? Full throttle. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.